Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's session on DBMS normalization. In this session, we'll talk about different normal forms. Let's start with the definition of normalization. Database normalization is a method of arranging data in the database. You create database to store your data. Now it becomes important for you to organize your data in an efficient manner so that you can generate different kind of reports and you can retrieve or search your data. The purpose of implementing normalization is that we need good and effective retrieval of data. We can implement normalization by removing data redundancy. Data redundancy means duplicacy of data. If you have a table, it has 1000 record, and out of those 1000 records, you have 50 records which are duplicated. So you have to remove those duplicated records from your database so that you can make your database clean and fresh, and your query will not get confused while extracting information from your database. Let's say you have student with the same name, same roll number, all information is same. You have multiple entries. And when we have to, search for a specific record, I'll get 10 records and 10 records are giving the same information. So why we need to hold 10 records if one record is sufficient? So we'll remove all those extra records from the table. Also, we have to maintain the consistency in our table. So normalization is used for mainly two purposes. The first purpose is removing data duplicacy or data redundancy. The second purpose is maintaining the data consistency. You have to maintain the consistency in the table. If somebody asks what is normalization, you will reply normalization is a method of arranging data in the database. How you will arrange your data? The way of arranging your data is called normalization, and the main purpose of normalization is to remove duplicacy and maintain consistency. Let's move to a next slide. If you see in this table, we have 5 columns here. We have employee ID, we have name, department, reporting officer, telephone number. If you see here, you will notice the reporting officer for all the employees is same. That is Mr. George Williams. So Mr. George William is the reporting officer for all the employees records which are given in this table. And also you will notice all employees are working in a single department called sales. Also, you will notice everybody has a same telephone number. So, why should we hold this information twice? If we know all persons in a sales department are working under Mr. George Williams, so we'll mention Mr. George Williams only once, and all records belongs to sales department. Why we need to mention sales against each person's record? So we need to identify those problems or those duplicacy or inconsistency in our database to do a normalization. So data consistency comes when we do three kind of things in a database. First is insertion anomaly. When you insert some data, there might be a situation you will feed duplicate data. Consistency inconsistency comes when you insert some information or when you delete some information or you update existing record. So insert, update and delete. If you perform these three operations in database, then only inconsistency arises. So we have to remove these inconsistencies from the table by doing normalization. Now we will move to normalization different forms. Let's start with the first normal form of DBMS, also known as 1NF shortcut. So there are certain rules that we have to ensure when we store data in database. Rule number one, single valued attributes. Each column or each field in the table must hold a single value. Must hold a single value. You cannot or you should not enter multiple values in a single column separated by commas. So you enter only a single value against each record. Don't enter multiple values. Let's say there is an ex-employee working in an ABC company. An ex-employee works with a sales department and a purchase department both. So against his record in the department column, I will mention purchase, comma, sales. It means this person belongs to purchase and sales both. But if you apply first normal form, it says single valued attribute. It means a column should contain a single value against each record. You should not hold multiple values. So either I can maintain sales or purchase. I should not mention both together in a single column as per rule number one of first normalization form. Next, rule number two says attribute domain should not change. Attribute domain should not change. I have a field, I have a column. It should contain a specific value. I have a column name phone number. So the column phone number must contain only the phone numbers. I should not see any other value in the phone number column. Do you understand? Domain means the boundary for the attribute. If I say this particular column hold only the phone numbers, so I should permit user to enter phone numbers only. I should not see any other value in the phone column. So as per rule number two, attribute domain should not change. I should not permit any other value that is out of the domain for that particular field, right? Next, we have rule number three, which says unique name for attributes slash columns. Remember, column and attribute is one and the same thing. Rule number three says every column should have a unique name. You should not have more than one column having same name. So every column should have a unique name, right? Next, as per rule number 4, order does not matters. If you have single valued attributes and your attributes are not getting changed and you have a unique name for each column, then order does not matter. Means you can feed data in any order. If I change the order, it will not impact my table. It will not affect my data. If it is affecting your data and it is making impact on your data, then there is an inconsistency in your database, right? So as per normalization, your data should be consistent. And for maintaining a consistency, you have to implement these 4 rules given for first normal form. First is single valued attribute. You should have a single value against each record in a particular column. Attribute domain should not change. The domain should be fixed and you should not change the domain of the column. Unique name, every column should have a unique name. Fourth one, order doesn't matter. If you sort or if you store data in any order, it will not affect your table or your database. If it's affecting, it means database is not consistent, right? Now we'll see some example here. If you see in this example, we have employee ID, name, and department name, 3 columns. I have mentioned employee ID 401, name is Kenata Chester. He's working with 2 departments. He's working with security and HR. Similarly, Arita Puran is working with 2 departments, sales and IT. And if you see other employees in the table, like Richards, Tappan, Miss Henry, they are working with a single department. Kurt Richards working with the HR, Mark Tappan is working with ID, right? And Karen Daziel works with 2 departments. Now, if we go back and if we see here, the rules given for first normal form is single valued attribute. Every column should have a single value. If you see here in the department name, we do not have single values against each record. We have 3 records, employee ID 405, 406, and 402. They have a single value against their names. But if you see employee ID 401 and 403 and 404, these records have multiple values in a single column called department name because these people are working with a multiple departments. So we say this particular table is not in first normal form because as per first normal form, every column should contain single value, but there are multiple values. So this is not in first normal form. Let's check other rules here. If we see here domain should not change. If you see in this table, the domain is good. In an employee ID column, you have only the employee IDs given. And in the name column, you have only the names given for the employees. Similarly, in the department column, you have department names. So there is no mismatch, right? So we can say domain is maintained here. It's not changed. Third one is a unique name. You see every column has a unique name. There is no duplicacy in the names of the columns here in this table. Also, the fourth says order does not matter. So I can store data in any order. If you see after 401, I should see 402, but I'm getting 403. Then I'm getting 405. then 6, then 402. So the order is not, as per the sequence. As per first normal form, order does not matter. So I can store or keep my data in any order. So in this particular table, I am meeting all the conditions except the rule number 1, that is single valued attribute. So I cannot say this table is in a first normal form. So I have to remove this inconsistency from this table to make this table in a first normal form. How will I do that? Let's move on to the next slide. Now see next slide. In the next slide, you will see what I did here. I mentioned a single value against each record. In the previous table, if you see, the name Kenata Chester has two department name, HR and security. So what I did here in this particular table, the first normal form table, I added one more row with the same name with two different department, You will notice now every column has a single value. Every column has a single value. If we have a single value, we can say this particular table is in first normal form. But you will notice there is a problem in this table. The problem is that we have duplicated entries now. We have two entries of Mr. Chester, two entries of Anita Puran, two entries of Daziel, Karen Daziel. So duplicacy comes into the picture. We have removed all the problems, but we have now encountered a duplicacy in this table. A table is in first normal form, but you have duplicacy of data. Now we have to remove this duplicacy by moving to a next normal form of DBMS, that is second normal form. In second normal form, we're going to remove the duplicacy. As per second normal form, there are two conditions you should meet. The first is your table must be in the first normal form. You can apply second normal form only on the first normal form. If you have a table that is already in the first normal form, then only you can apply second normal form. Rule number 2 says no partial dependency. No partial dependency means every column must be dependent on the primary key. Every column in the table must be dependent on the primary key only. Right? We'll see what is dependency, right? So if you see in this particular table, we have 5 columns: student ID, name, class roll number, branch, and city. If I have to fetch any information in this table, I can use one unique column, that is student ID. That is a unique column or a primary key column. This particular column can be used to fetch any information from this particular table. So all columns are fully dependent. All columns are fully dependent on primary key or a primary column, are fully dependent. Without this column, it becomes difficult for you to identify each record in this table uniquely. If you see in the name, we have a duplicacy of record. So I cannot use name to identify each record from this table uniquely. Similarly, roll number I cannot use because I have a duplicacy. Branch I cannot use, there is a duplicacy. Similarly, city I cannot use because it's a duplicacy here. So only we have one column, that is student ID, which is unique for all records. So I can use only this primary column as a key column for uniquely identify each record in this particular table. If you see, all other columns except the primary key column are fully dependent on this particular primary key column, that is student ID. So if you see the definition of first normal form, it says no partial dependency. There should be no partial dependency. It means all columns must be dependent on the primary key. All columns must be dependent on the primary key, and this is correct here. If you see, all the columns are fully dependent on this particular column called student ID. Without student ID, I cannot uniquely identify each record in this particular table, right? So I will say this particular scenario is called a functional dependency. Is called a functional dependency, where all columns are dependent on a primary key column. It is a scenario where all the columns in the table are dependent on the primary key column. This is called functional dependency or dependency. And as per second normal form, it says no partial dependency. Partial means the column should be fully dependent, and which is true here. So all columns are fully dependent. There is no partial dependency here. So we can say this table is in a second normal form. I'll show you the partial dependency here. You see here, the next slide. So here we have two tables. The first table has a module ID and module name. And module ID is the primary key here. Similarly, in the next table, if you see, we have marks ID, student ID, module ID, marks, and trainer. And in this table, I'm using two columns, which are student ID and module ID, together as a primary key. This is called a composite key, where we have two or more columns connected together. And here we are making a single primary key with the help of two columns. And if you see, in this scenario, module ID is used to fetch the module name. Module ID is used to fetch the module name. Now, if I want to see the name of the module in which student number 402 or 401, let's take 401. The student number 401 got 70 marks. I would like to know the name of the module for this particular marks. And this module was taught by trainer Sapna Sharma. So I have to see the name of this module. So what I'll do here, I'll connect this particular table with the table above to see the module name. And if you notice here, we have student ID and module ID both together as a primary key. Both together as a primary key. But to see the module name, I can use only the module ID. I don't need student ID to see the module name. I just need a module ID. I just need a module ID to see the corresponding module name, right? So to see the marks in this, so see the name of the module, I'll use a module ID. So you will see this is partially dependent. So module name is dependent on a module ID. It is not dependent on student ID. There is a partial dependency. Similarly, to see the marks in this table of the student, the marks will be dependent on the student ID. It will not depend on the module ID because module ID is used to see the name. So this is, when we have two columns which are used to make as a single primary key and other columns are dependent on a one column, not on the second column or not on both the columns. So this particular scenario is called a partial dependency when other columns of your table are dependent on the partial column of your primary key. Partial comes when you have more than two columns used as a primary key and other columns are partially dependent. They are not fully dependent. If you see in the previous table here, functional dependency, all columns are fully dependent on a student ID. All columns are fully dependent. But here in this scenario, all columns are not fully dependent. They are partially dependent. If I remove student ID from this particular, table and use marks ID as a primary key, I can find the name of the module easily. What I need for the module name, I need a module ID. So I'll use a module ID to see the name of the module. So I will get like CCIT 02 and the name of the module is selecting PC. So the name is selecting PC. So in selecting PC components, this particular student got 70 marks, which was taught by Sapna Shah. So you are dependent on the module ID, not on the student ID. So this is called a partial dependency here. You can easily find it. It's partially dependent, right? Next, we are moving to this form called second normal form. So when we say there is no partial dependency, then we can say our table is in second normal form. When there is no partial dependency, we can see our table is in second normal form. Right, so our table is in second normal form because there is no partial dependency. It is fully dependent. If it's fully dependent, then a table is in second normal form. Please read this rules again. For second normal form, rule number 1 says your table must be in first normal form. So before applying second normal form, your table should have first normal form. Then you have to check for dependency. It says no partial dependency. So all the columns must be depend on a primary key. If this is a situation, you can say your table is in second normal form. We have module ID, module name, and a trainer here. Similarly, in the next column, we have marks ID, student ID, and module ID. And we are using these two columns as a primary key. Now what I did, what is the difference here in this table and this table? You see in this table, I have a one more column, trainer. And I see, the column trainer is not needed here. Why? Because the primary key cannot be used with the trainer here. I can see module name, I can see marks with the help of this primary key. Then what about the trainer? Trainer is not dependent on this particular primary key. Trainer is not dependent on this particular primary key, right? You cannot say trainer is dependent on this particular primary key fully. You can see the module name and you will get to know who taught this subject. That is module ID. But you cannot link this trainer with this student ID to see the module name, because module name can be identified with the help of module ID. So I don't need this. So what I did in this next slide, I removed the column called trainer name and I moved the trainer name to the above column. So if you see in this table, I have module ID, module name, and the trainer. So I will easily find who taught this particular subject. If you see in this particular table at the bottom, we have primary key, student, and module ID. And I have a marks given against each entry. If I have to see the name of this module and who taught this module, I can see it easily. I can see it easily from the above table. So I can see module ID and I can use module ID to see the name of the module and the name of the trainer. So I can say this particular student got 70 marks in this particular module, which was taught by so and so trainer. It becomes easy for me now. There is no partial dependency. There is no partial dependency. Now, if you see in the first table, module ID is the primary key and remaining two columns are fully dependent on module ID. Similarly, in this column, in this table, we have student ID and module ID is the primary key. And if you see, marks are dependent on these two columns, marks of a student and marks in the module. Marks for the student, marks in the module. So it's easy. So marks is fully dependent on this particular primary key. So we can say this type of form is called a second normal form. Next we have a third normal form. Similar to second normal form, it says rule number 1, it must be in the second normal form. So before applying third normal form, you have to ensure that your table is in second normal form. Then only you can apply third normal form. Third normal form says no transitive dependency. No transitive dependency. We will see what is transitive dependency here. Intransitive dependency means when a non-prime attribute, you should know what is prime and what is non-prime. Prime attribute are those columns which are used or which can be used to uniquely identify each record, right? When non-prime attributes depend on other non-prime attributes, when non-prime attributes depend on other non-prime attributes rather than depending upon the prime attributes or a primary key. If you see, if there is a case when non-prime attributes are dependent on a non-prime attributes, they are not dependent on a primary key or a prime attribute, that particular situation is called a transitive dependency. Prime attribute are those attributes which are used or which can be used to identify each record uniquely in the table. Non-prime attributes are those attributes which are not capable to identify each record uniquely. So marks cannot be used as a prime attribute. Exam name cannot be used as a prime attribute because you will have more than one values and you will have duplicacy. Similarly, marks cannot be used as a prime attribute. So these are the non-prime attributes: marks, exam name, and total marks. When these non-prime attributes are dependent on another non-prime attribute, is known as transitive dependency. Now see with the example. In this third normal form, we can say this table is in third normal form. How? We have marks ID, student ID, module ID, marks, and exam ID. I can use student ID as a prime attribute. Can we use student ID as a prime attribute here? If we see student ID, I can fetch every student information against each exam, against each module. In student ID 401, I can see the marks obtained by this particular student in a particular module under a particular exam is 70. And if you see in the below table, we have exam ID, exam name, and total marks. So if I have to see the name of the exam in which this particular student, 401 student, got 70 marks, I'll see the exam ID. And exam ID will give me the name of the exam, that is computer fundamentals. And the total marks is 200. So if you see, there is no transitivity here. There is no transitivity. All columns are dependent. It says no transitive dependency. When non-prime attributes are dependent on non-prime attributes. So here you see there is no attribute, no non-prime attribute is dependent on any other non-primary prime attribute. They are dependent on the prime attributes only. So in this table, in the first table, you see, prime attributes are there and everything is dependent on the prime attributes. Similarly, in this table also, all attributes are dependent on a prime attribute. That is the exam ID. This type of form is known as third normal form. Guys, please go through the slides thoroughly and read all the definitions and rules given in this slide. Also see the tables carefully and see the values given in each table to get an idea about different forms of normalization. And please feel free to ask for any query, any question comes in your mind while reading these slides. You can text me, you can mail me. I'm always available. You can also type in the comment box when this particular recording will be made available to you on YouTube, right? So till then, guys, please do take care of yourself, pay attention, and start reading. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.